Hello students, chapter 4 Chemical Kinetics. Let us study and discuss some key topics of the chapter Chemical Kinetics. So chapter 4 Chemical Kinetics discusses about the speed or the rate of reaction, that with what speed the reaction proceeds to the forward direction or it progresses with passage of time. So the first key topic is rate of reaction, which can be understood by speed of reaction also. During a chemical reaction, concentration of reactants decreases, as we all know, and that of product increases with passage of time, because reactants are consumed while products are formed. So we can see and write here, rate of reaction is equals to change in concentration of reactants or products upon time taken for the change. This is the plot which is presenting the variation of concentration with time, where concentration is considered on y-axis and time is taken on x-axis. Again, that's simple what we have studied right now in the definition, that when reaction progresses, reactants decreases. So this is very clear visible by the graph. And product starts from the zero, means from origin this plot is starting. It means the amount of product is increasing as the reaction progresses to the forward direction. Now come to the type of rate of reactions. There are two types of rate of reactions. First one is average rate of reaction. The rate of chemical reaction which is measured in the given interval of time for which reaction occurred is called average rate of reaction. Again, for we are considering a simple and general equation where reactant A is converting into product B. We can write rate of consumption of A is always equals to rate of production of B. And rate of consumption A when divided by time taken, we can calculate average rate of reaction. Now this is graphical determination of average rate of reaction, where again concentration is taken on y-axis and time is taken and considered on x-axis. C1 and C2 are the initial and the final concentration of reactant. T1 and T2 are the initial and the final time when the concentration of reactant is analyzed. The mathematical expression can be given for average rate of reaction is RAV is equals to minus R upon T. R is kept in the square bracket, that means molar concentration of the reactant, which can be substituted by writing C2 minus C1, and at the place of T time we can write interval of time, that is T2 minus T1. Now the next and second one is instantaneous rate of reaction. The rate of reaction measured for an infinitesimally small interval is called instantaneous rate. This can be represented by the mathematical presentation minus dA upon dt, where dA is representing very small amount or the quantity of the reactant, that is in mole per liter, and dt is the very small time. And this conventional negative sign is representing decrease in the concentration of reactant when reaction progresses. Again, now the conventional sign positive presents the increase in the concentration of product, and instantaneous rate can be given with respect to product by writing dB upon dt. Now this is graphical representation or determination of instantaneous rate of reaction. To determine the instant rate, we need to draw a tangent along the curve or the plot of the product, as you can see. The slope of this tangent gives us the instantaneous rate of reaction. Mathematically, this can be given as R instant is equals to dP upon dt, and it is positive. Slope is also positive because this amount of concentration of product is increasing with passage of time. Now, difference between instantaneous rate and average rate of reaction. The first difference is rate of reaction in appreciable interval of time is average rate, and rate of reaction at a particular instant of time is instantaneous rate. Presentation, children, you have seen. The same presentation can be taken as the second difference between average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. Now, this is the factors affecting rate of reaction. The first factor is nature of reactant. Rate depends on physical state. In gaseous state, the rate of reaction maximum due to high collision frequency. Next is concentration of reactants. High concentration of reactant favors the reaction, as you all know. Third one is temperature. You know that most of the reaction increases with increase in temperature. And the last one is catalyst, which can increase or decrease the rate of reaction. Now we are coming to another key topic of the chapter, chemical kinetics. It is order of reaction. First definition: the sum of power of concentration terms involved in rate law expression is called order of reaction. Order of reaction is experimentally determined quantity. It may be zero, positive, negative, integral, or fraction. Types of order of reactions are zero order reaction, first order reaction, second order reaction, and third order reaction on the basis of experimental determination. Now another one is molecularity of reaction. What is molecularity? Molecularity of a simple or elementary reaction is equal to the number of reacting species taking part in it. Molecularity of a reaction is the number of molecules present in elementary reaction, not in complex reaction. Please note. Now, what is elementary reaction? The reaction which completes in one step. And the complex reaction is the reaction which involves several steps to complete the reaction is known as complex reaction. That we will study in organic chemistry, that how mechanism of a reaction explains that a reaction can take place in several steps. This is now integrated rate law for zero order reaction. You can see the integrated equation which is given here. K is equals to R naught minus R upon T, where K is rate constant, R naught is initial concentration of reactant, R is concentration of reactant at time T. So I can say rate of zero order reaction does not depend on concentration term of the reactant. This reaction are relatively uncommon, occur under special conditions only. For example, decomposition of gaseous ammonia on hot platinum surface follows zero order kinetics at high pressure. Rate can be written as rate is equals to K NH3 to the power 0. So it is very clear that rate of reaction is independent of the concentration of the reactant. Okay. Now this is another form of the integrated rate equation for the zero order reaction only, which can be given as RT is equals to R naught minus KT. It is only the modification of the previous integrated equation, where RT is the concentration of reactant at time T, R naught concentration of reactant at time equals to 0, K is the rate constant. The above equation is in the form of straight line equation. Y is equals to mx plus c. And it clearly shows that concentration of product increases and that of reactant decreases linearly with passage of time. It is very clear by the plot which I have made here in this slide for you. You can see, children, slope is equals to tan theta, which can be calculated. It is equals to minus k. K is rate constant. Now integrated rate equation for first order reaction. Rate of first order reaction depends on single concentration term. And remember, children, all types of radioactive decay or disintegration follows first order kinetics. And the integrated equation can be given as K is equals to 2.303 upon T log at the base 10 R naught upon RT. This is the plot which is plotted between log RT versus time T. And you can see the straight line where intercept C gives the value of log R naught, that is initial concentration, and slope is equals to minus K rate constant upon 2.303, which verifies the first order reaction. Now let's come to half-life of a reaction. What is half-life? The half-life of a reaction is the time in which the concentration of reactant is reduced to 1/2 of its initial concentration. Now, for zero order reaction, half-life is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactants and inversely proportional to the rate constant. We can write it as T half is equals to R naught upon 2K, where you know R naught is initial concentration of reactant, where T half is representing half-life for a reaction, particularly for zero order, upon 2K, where K is the rate constant. Now, for first order reaction, half-life is independent of initial concentration of reactant. Interesting. And it is verified by this expression, where you can see T half, that is half-life of first order reaction, is equals to 0.693 constant divided by K rate constant. Using these two mathematical expressions or the equations, we can calculate half-life for a zero order reaction and half-life for any given first order reaction. Isn't it interesting? Thank you, children. Hope you understood all these things and you will implement in your study.